Day 2. The second day of the Canoe Fest saw a fair amount of wind. In racing canoes, navigators have to be mindful of the wind patterns and how they can be used to their advantage. Mother Nature can be very hard to predict, but the stability and speed of these canoes allowed navigators to sail across long stretches of open sea between relatively distant islands. Several types of sail were used on traditional craft. Forming a V shape, sails caught more wind on mast, which were made from natural materials, were much shorter than those of modern yachts. Steering paddles were long, some over 5 feet. Length served two purposes. One was to steer the canoe. The other was to prevent the vessel from being pushed sideways by winds and sea swells. When plunged deep into the water, paddles had much the same function as the keel on a modern yacht.
And off they go. Ladies and gentlemen, they're racing their sail. The race will start from where they are out in the... Keep the sail up. On the move.
Wah, rakasa.
Let me once again remind all international canoe paddlers. There's a slight accident on Team DNS there, but they're fine. Okay, our three canoes in lane 1, 2, and 3. All trying to figure out where the sail should go. The wind is completely dead. Please help these guys out. Team Tamil is catching some fair winds, heading out toward the barge. Followed by Team DNS is now in the boat. Team Larry and Team Leo still figuring out how to get out to where the wind is. This event is sponsored by Matson Shipping. Let me once again get the international canoe paddlers to get to the booth and get yourself ready. Team Allen for international paddling, if you're out there. The other one will
Fish bag.
We rock it.
Once again, thank you all for tuning in. QFM 88.1. We have, okay, looks like Team Gurgay is in second, right after Team TNS is now getting their sails back into position, sailing back. They're going to be in last place right now, and they also had some difficulties trying to turn their sail around. But nonetheless, it looks like the wind is going to be favorable on this side. And we hope that we'll be meeting in soon and giving you more reports. But as of now, we have Team TNS still leading the way with Team Gurgay in second, Team Rafan in third, and Team Tamil in fourth. Listen, take it away and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
There's some fair winds coming up, folks. Looks like the race is on between Team TNS and Team Larry, but TNS is way ahead. Team Larry coming up. You better try and catch Team TNS. Looks like TNS might make another tag. They might tag also to make it to the finish line. Wind coming from behind sail for Team Larry. They might lose the sail. But no, here comes another good win for them. In the meantime, TNS is about to cross the finish line. Team Larry tagging, showing off their skills, and they are about to lose the sail. No, they didn't. Give it up for Team TNS. They crossed the line first. Team TNS first in to the finish line for the mid-size canoe sailing competition. Sponsored by Matson Shipping.
These are local mats woven from local trees indigenous to Yap called pandanus that are stripped and dried. They are mostly used for mats, or in this case, sail for the voyaging canoes. Bands from all over the island came to the Canoe Fest to serenade everyone with local tunes. Among the popular groups was Red Zone, Team 88, and TB Productions. Family, 1,000? 500.
Canoe going side to side. The rudder man is not steering it in the right direction.
These chants are reserved for special occasions such as this. They chant about the skilled navigators and how they have a big feast ready for them when they arrive from the long journey. Carving demonstrations took place on day 2 and was open to anyone who wanted to try their hand at canoe carving.
Lane 1, the mill team with the brown sail. Closest in lane 1. Leo's canoe chasing up on Larry's canoe. About to take over. And Chief Leo Rafan took the lead from Larry. Give it up for Leo, is making some good wind. Team Tamil with the brown sail catching on. Lane 2, Leo taking the lead. Followed by the small boat furthest down. yeah, sure.
Leo is here. Gary is here. Up toward the two shots. Okay. So Leo is leading.
Okay, up on the finish line now for the mid-sized canoe race. Team Leo has crossed the finish line. Team Larry coming up. Team Leo has crossed the finish line. Team Larry is now coming up second towards the finish line. That's Team TNS, I believe. And Team Tamil with the brown sail is still making its way in from the harbor.
Well, I'm here at the first Canoe Festival. It's been an awesome time. If you didn't come out this year, make sure you come out next year. Join some races, listen to some music, and chew some boo.
On the yellow canoe, looks like we have Team Yap there. Russ paddling on the yellow canoe. Team USA out there already waiting on the startup line. On the red canoe, that's Team USA. We have three competitors, international competitors. In the red, far out, that's Team USA. Team USA in the red canoe. In the yellow canoe, paddled by Russ, Team Yap. Watch out, Team Yap and Team USA. This is the real thing for our international visitors. Okay, Rufus, fired up. Okay, Ross, pull back a little bit, or Team Guam, our team, move up a little. And they're all lined up, ready for the fire. And off they go, folks. Team Guam in the blue, 5 cheering. Team Guam is pulling out. Team Yap in the yellow. Solution. Cheer on for Team USA. All of you guys on the old top. Team USA, don't let Obama down. You're heading in the wrong direction. Go Team Yap. Looks like Team Yap is making it to the finish line. Team Guam, all you Guam folks, come on, your teammate needs your help. There goes Team USA in the red. Give it up for Go, go, Team Yap, yay! Give it up, Team Yap crosses the line. But Team Guam is pretty close. You need to avoid mobile. Or Team USA coming to the finish line, but I think Team Guam just crossed that line. Alright folks, give it up to our contestants for Team Yap, Russ, Team Guam, Borja in the blue, Team Red, USA, Alan, great job for you guys. Are taking position on the startup line. Lane 1, Blue Canoe, Topias. Lane 2, Red Canoe, Elias. Lane 3, Yellow Canoe, Lorenzo. Now taking position. And the gun has fired for our traditional canoe paddlers. Closest to shore in the blue canoe, Topias. In the middle on the red canoe, Elias. With the yellow canoe, Lorenzo. Cheer them on, folks. Looks like Topias is going full blast on the blue canoe. Elias, Topias, Papayas, Lorenzo, they're all going up for the finish line. Looks like Topias is heading, followed by Lauren Yas and Elias. Team
Yes! Wait,
Triple C. Lane 2, Ocean. They're going pretty close to each other. This is a long distance race. They're gonna go in, turn around for 1,500 meters. Once again, lane 1, Triple C with the red rudder at the back. White shirt, man, Sam, steering guy with the back. We're gonna go in and make the turn from the turn. Shark Canoe, please move out. Shark Canoe, get out of the way, please. Thank you. This is a pretty close race, close with Triple C now still taking a slight lead, less than a canoe length. But Ocean is also moving up very quickly. Are they going to go out and turn?
And then right now we're right now at the turning point, and then back to the finishing line right now. Team Harong is paddling their way, turning right now. Team Harong. Didn't really have to use the help. I'm good. I just want to tell the people that the races now are getting, they are now paddling towards the finish line. We are now at the outside of the white ocean, paddling their way to the center right now. The finishing line is at the marine.
Okay, ocean now showing at the tip of complex. The community center now pulling away from Triple C. Every single one of these paddlers putting in every strength they have. And so you ought to give it up for Ocean, who's pulling away from Triple C. Coming very close to the finish line.
Give it up for Ocean, pulling away from Triple C.
Coming up to the finish line.
And we have a sign up seat here if you want.
Nothing mo dan kang yung whip sama. Kang ini tertarik. Ini perlu. Ada apa orang di Opko? Opko. Kamu? Ini yang kamu? Mungkin maafkan aku no. Kamu maafkan pin ko. Maafkan ako.
We have a small container there.
Oh, inop.
Everybody's waiting to help for
Marai
us
cik
here
ni
at the festival.
mungkin maafkan ako. Koceu ngenu.
Container there for
Ini
anybody who's
nakangok na may kaasing ngo. Ni mapuwan dugod nagi ka kaduro. Mapinga ka ingin nung. Tara ona ay bakna. Ndara bolor mapo gini bakna. Ka cik lu ta bin bara. Ma kaina bolor ini. Ma kalla apa bolor. Matra bakala nimi. Inu. Auto an buka fan waldo kuruba. Ang mara pecan kunto no kokeno mari kokeno. Musun bai aro. Ngap ko ong ko pin ngap nan ngapangan udona wat ngada bipil. Maka kroma ma wai ko pilung na au. Nabin mana dakan ko wa kan menang fa matna ko bude. Wa biar nakun nufit now rufa amay ini tinoy magi in pilunga ko father pingtola bayan ida pokon mo ida farai.
For our lineup, finalists now just started in lane 1 with Blue Canoe, Lorenzo. Lane 2, Red Canoe, Topias. And lane 3, Yellow Canoe, Elias. These were the same finalists, they just swap boats, swap canoes. They have to do it 3 times. They have to paddle each of the canoes. Topias is trailing in Red Canoe. Lorenzo is pulling off with the Blue Canoe. And Elias in the Yellow Canoe. Elias crosses the finish line along with Lorenzo in blue.
Hopi trailing with the Red Canoe.
Well, this is a great opportunity to get to know traditional navigation in Yap. I've been quite amazed at all the effort that was put into the event here. I also saw that, or could we see that lots of the local population is involved energetically, and that makes this a great time to be in Yap. Thank you.
Not much. I just want to again advise all the listeners that the medium canoe race is about to get ready. We're actually towing one of the canoes right now to the starting line. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3.
And the canoes are off. These are the mid-sized canoes going for the race.
Is that true?
The 4 teams are Team Gargay and 3 other teams from Larry.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, once you put it here, then you cannot do it on the other side. So this is better. Except when you...
Also for Tamil Team 1, Tamil Team 2, for the international paddlers, report to the registration booth. Following this mid-sized canoe, we will have the 1500 meter race. And then the ocean voyage canoes, the 2 large canoes, will be going out by Team MOP and Team TNS. Some fair winds catching all the 4 canoes racing out. Team Gargay pulling quickly. Team Larry is trailing with the brown sail. Canoe on lane 2 is just going, as well as canoe in lane 4. The 2 white sail big canoes are moving very quickly down. Okay, our canoes are now coming up to the first two are now approaching finish line. A few meters away from the finish line, we have the two larger canoes of the four, followed by the smallest one, as well as the brown sail canoe. Again, Team Maragay and Larry's Team 1 now coming up. Following this race, we'll have the 1500 meter international paddling canoes. Following that, we'll have one of our main events to have two of the big canoes, Tamaram and Ukulea, going out for head-to-head race. Give it up for our teams, our competitors. Team Larry, Team Hargay pulling in. Great job for the sailors. Look out for the double hull catamaran. Don't run into it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Frank Cruz, and I'm from Guam with Traditions About Seafaring Islands, TASI. And we're really glad that we were invited here to Yap, and it's been just a memorable occasion. The hospitality's been great, and of course the revival of the tradition of seafaring is a very important component of all of our cultures. And in Yap, we're very happy to be part of this revival, and this canoe festival was very, very impressive. And I want to say thank you again, especially to TNS and Chief Taragon for their assistance. Of course, they're hosting us here, and so we really, really appreciate this opportunity.
Okay, we have our bamboo raft racers now getting ready. The chase boat is now giving them the instructions to get to the startup line. Lane 1, closest to the Marina Pier. Our contestant on the raft there would be Carson and Brandy. Or Brandon, Carson and Brandon. Carson Giltamang and Brandon Maru on lane 1. Lane 2, Carlos Sorek and Aaron Bio. Lane 2. Lane 3, Rafael and Julius. Lane 4, Ivan and Johannes on lane 4, the farthest one. Farthest lane out to the Micronesian Petroleum. And the gun fired, and off they go. Bamboo raft racers. Double for boys. Paddling up against wind. Lane 1 and 2 pretty close to each other. Lane 3 and 4 battling it out, with lane 3 taking a slight lead. Lane 1 and 2 are about to crash. And be careful with your bamboo paddles. I think boat 1 just ran over boat 2 there, or raft 1 over to raft 2. But paddling out. Slight collision there for raft 1 and 2. Raft 3, you're going again the wrong direction, heading up north. You need to go toward the finish line. There you go.
of canoes right now are making their way. Tied up right now, paddling hard, first place there. Wow. Call who's first place there. Both paddling hard right now, making their way to first place. Looks like lane number 2 here is catching. Lane number 1 is catching.
International canoe paddlers, ladies and gentlemen, this is 1,500 meters. Ocean 1 and Ocean 2. The teams that are now competing, they will be making their turns from the markers. We'll head back out to the barge and return into the finish line. They just knocked off the buoy, ladies and gentlemen. Ocean 1 making a pretty sharp turn. They still have quite a ways to go. They will head back out to start-up line at the barge and then come in for the final leg of this 1,500 meters. Team closest to shore, closest to marina, that's Ocean 1 team with Larry at the back. That's Team TNS. Team TNS by Ali. And then Matomaram, closer in, is Team MOP, captained by Pson. Here we go. Here's the close race between Ocean 1 and Ocean 2 coming for the finish line. Ocean 1 closest into the piers, seem to be taking slight lead ahead of Ocean 2, but these guys are going head-to-head, pretty close race. Looks like Ocean 1 with Larry at the back is coming pretty close to the finish line, but very tight.
Give it up for the boys. 1,500-meter race by Ocean 1. Larry took the lead. And they just crashed into each other for the final show.
Here we see the art of making lava or local wraparounds. These garments were mainly worn by neighboring island women. They are given to them at the age of womanhood. The ones here are used for occasions such as funerals and appeasing quarrels within a community. These type of lavas can be also worn by men during traditional dances.
The two large canoes are positioning themselves and lining up. Once again, Team TNS is now the one in closest to the marina pier in the large Hukulea vessel canoe. And Team MOP by Pson out closest to the fuel farm on the Matomaram.
Rupert, please repeat. We didn't understand how the race is going to take place.
The two large canoes are just coming very close to each other and nipping off a little bit of the rope there, but okay, for the instruction on the two large canoes, they will first be facing out toward the channel with their sails. When they hoist their sails, they will be pointing out toward the channel. They'll make one tag to the bridge and then another tag, and they're out to the channel. That's how they will be racing. The sails have been hoisted for both canoes. They will then make one tag, go toward the bridge, and tag back out to go for the channel. Once again, Team MOP on Matomaram, canoe closest to shore or closest to the dock, and Hukulea far to the fuel farm for Team TNS. Both canoes are now preparing to tag, but at the same time, and they will be heading toward the bridge. Once that is done, they will tag and head out to the channel. quite a challenge there, but both canoes, Team Map, have landed their sail, and they will then get ready to tack back out for the ocean side. And they've just done that. Huklea is also making the turn for the tag to get out toward the channel. Both canoes are doing extremely well, head to head, just finishing the first tag before they set sail for the harbor. Out, and so is Tomaram. Tomaram landing its sail down and getting ready, securing all their lines before pulling in the sail to go for the race. And now they're tossing down their rudder. Both canoes about the same time, doing the same moves. Hukulea now turning itself toward adjusting to the channel. So is Matamaram. Both canoes aiming for the mouth of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. They did very well in the tagging. And now it's up to the wind to carry these two large canoes heading out toward the channel. Ladies are now getting into their chant to encourage the crew. And both canoes getting some fair winds. Looks like Hukulea is picking up some fair winds out there and making some headway. Matamaram is following right suit. Captain Pasan very busy adjusting all the ropes and making sure that Matamaram is in position for the chase. Folks, this is just like over a year ago when these two canoes set sail for Palau. Once again, to all the weathermen, magicians out there, if there is a time to use your power, give us some wind. This is it. Help out our sailors as they put on this show. Canoes are heading out. Hukulea leading. Trailing right behind is Mthamram, but not very far. The excitement will kick in, I think, when they get out to the barge where there'll be more stronger wind, and the canoes will then pick up more speed. Once again, to all the weathermen, magicians out there, there is a time to use your power. Give us some wind. This is it. Help out our sailors as they put on the show. Canoes are heading out. Hukulea leading. Trailing right behind. Not very far. The excitement will kick in when they get out to the barge where they'll be. Why am I here, Rupert?
I know there are people there, heading now towards the finish line. Bit by bit, we're still waiting for the wind to get done. They're sailors right now, waiting to pick up the wind so they can start heading back to the finish line. That's off the 70 unit team from is being captained by the team from Map. They are now reaching the right now. So they're both hoping has already short sail and already turning to the finish line. far away from the boards right now, but they're making their way to the boards. But as of the team that is being captained by Yap is just turned right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Alright, that's great. Good information. Keeping it to us. Thank put you back on. Thank you very much, Dr. B. No problem. All right, back to more music right here at GFM 101. Looks like the camera will make that tag. And they're tagging now. Has crossed the finish line, followed by Huklea is now making itself. So PR Cruise, Team Mom from Tamram is now crossing the finish line and about to lower sail. Team TNS is coming up on Huklea to the finish line.
Once again, to our visitors, these are historical canoes that have made long-distance voyages out to the beautiful rock islands of Palau.
It's no race coming up in time. Please vote if you can. We'll get that going. Following that will be the demonstrations for the capsizing the canoes. There will be a larger canoe and two small canoes that will be out for the demonstrations. The no-no race is now getting in position. These are small canoes for the children. They will be racing their small toy canoes. In the meantime, the two large foraging canoes are now docking.
Following the no-no race, we'll do the...
Making coconut oil is a very tedious process and takes a lot of patience. You begin by grinding copra meat and boiling it. This process separates the pure oil from the water and is repeated and may take up to 20 or 30 coconuts to fill a small bottle. Coconut oil has many applications here on the island of Yap. One of the most popular uses is for local masseuses. Coconut oil can be used for local massages. Local massages are techniques passed down from generation and are rarely taught outside of one's family. These techniques are very useful in placing bones back into position and can loosen up veins or muscles that have been strained. It has also been known to cure many illnesses of the body.
Ocean One, Team Ocean One, headed by Barney. These are the two international paddle canoes that are about to start out from the barge area and heading towards
Right out here, I think you have to. They can bring it out.
Diving Seagull, Oasis Restaurant, TNS, Senny Store, Traders, Historic Preservation Tea Company, EMI Enterprises, perhaps closer toward the fuel farm area. The best view might serve.
No from Gilman, now crossing finishing line or finish on the one from capsizing right side up, and eventually the large canoe will be afloat and then capsize and turn around right side up.
As you can see, they took their mast and take it out to the outrigger and put more weight there. What they're going to attempt to do now is to turn that canoe. They're now crawling up on the mast and pushing it down. You can see the hull of the canoe coming up. That is a technique of basically offloading the water in the hull of that canoe. And now they throw it back up and the canoe is afloat. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. make his way to get the canoe.
Coming in the third place, Mr. Julius Gottmag. Please come on down and receive your award.
Awards were presented to all the teams that won races after the day's events.
Third place in the toy canoe or no. If Mr. Julius Gottmag or a parent, please come and receive your reward. Coming in the second place for the toy canoe, Christopher Sigra. Come on down, Christopher. Let's give Christopher a round of applause. Come on down. And coming in the first place is Mr. Raphael Monfal. Mr. Monfal, if you're in the crowd, please come on down. For the next event that was concluded today is the bamboo raft. Senator Clement Mlalop, sponsor. And the committee will make the presentation on his behalf. Coming in the third place is Mr. Raphael Monfal and Julius Gottmag. Please come on down and receive your rewards. Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm presenting the rewards, the chairs for the VIP are on stage for your tuba circle. Please come and join them. For the second place, for the bamboo raft, it's Mr. Carson Giltamag and Brandon Morrow. Please, one of you or a parent, come down and receive your reward. And in the first place, Mr. Carlos Soneg and Aaron Bio. Carlos Soneg and Aaron Bio, come down and get your prizes. The small traditional paddling canoe was sponsored by Diving Seagull Incorporated. Mr. Hilary Tachelio, the Vice President of Diving Seagull, will make who sponsored this, will make the presentation. Coming in the third place, Mr. Tobias Saufo. Please come on down and accept your prizes. Coming in the second place is Mr. Elias Pieso. Please come on down and accept your reward. And finally, in the first place is Mr. Lorenzo Sarmaliang. Sir Maliang, please come on down and accept your prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all give these winners a round of applause. While we're all settling down, the dance will be coming on to the stage. Some people have created magic that tomorrow we'll have very beautiful weather for sailing. So do not forget to be here early in the morning and cheer on the people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand to the ladies from Greece.
Kat is a woman standing dance performed by the women of Ngri. A long time ago, the island of Grim, a small island off of the tip of Gilmont, was inhabited by many crabs.
Let's give them
These
a round of
crabs were
applause.
only male and they could only be found on Grim. They never came to the main island. The women of Ngri saw the way that those crabs played and created a dance that mimicked their behavior. While the women play like the crabs of Grim, they all call themselves Malo.
Srogom de pilungu welai. Fakeda ultimate ko chichiro ko tirre.
Siro ko pilungu no waw. Siro ko ringina girdi ni dibira tapo. Berciro ni apa ciro nurul. Berciro ni ciro kopi ni pin. Ciro sakai. Gua tafne nugu ni gurayo nak rokon magi menegidi makan fan. Gua besiro na fan rako mga baba. Nako mga tabun ningi gua watch. Magu batak ni nrai nang apang ndap ki gibini ciro. Ma fan ra gibini gidi ma batak. Mar ma batak. Siro ngamed. Siro ngaten gibin. Kemar-kemar kan.
One of the unique activities that took place every night was the tuba circles. Tuba, locally fermented coconut sap, was served to all those who were willing to give it a try during the dances.
Sound.